Good morning, guys. Sorry about that. I am back though, but here we go. We're starting the day not in a good way today. We actually have a lot of stocks falling off the table. I actually feel really, really bad this morning about how the market has been falling down. If we go look at like the SPY and a few other stocks across the board, they pretty much gapped down this morning in a pretty bad way. So yesterday, obviously the SPY gapped down with the CPI data coming out, but we did end up recovering a lot throughout the day. It was actually a pretty good recovery, better than usual, I would say. So, pretty good move back up. But now today we're right back off to the downside. J.P. Morgan reported earnings this morning, of course, and so far they have not done very well. We'll just say that it has not been a good day for earnings. But these big banks, they've been having a lot of issues over the past couple years, and if whenever we go look at like JP Morgan, I guess I shouldn't say the past couple years, that's a bit of an overstatement, but they've been having a pretty bad past 6 months, we should say. Ever since like the beginning of this year when the market started falling, these big banks have also been down. JP Morgan was at highs at the end of last year, right around like 172, right around 172.50. Now we're all the way down to 106. Yeah, and you can see how it just turned over and just continued to fall off lower. You can see right here, the EPS came in under 4% under the expectation, and then their revenue came in $1 billion less than expected. So definitely not good for JP Morgan. You know, what happened to all my guys that kept saying banks were in good spots? I don't know. It's kind of funny. Yeah, it's kind of funny, but yeah, JP Morgan's really down today. That is a big drop, guys. 5%. I mean, that is brutal, but yeah, thank you guys so much for joining up. Manny, I'm Fierce. Hey, Fierce, what's going on? It's been a while since I've seen you on the stream in the morning. Good morning, Vicky, Alex, Jamie, Bill W, Sal. Appreciate it, guys, of course. I hope you guys are having a great morning today, but yeah, these stocks are just brutalized. They're brutal today. I will say there's some stocks in the green, like I can see RBLX or Roblox is actually up in the green, which is pretty cool to see. Costco's up. GameStop is in the green a little bit. Chewy again, CHWY. GameStop, yeah, I mean it's pretty nice there. Pretty nice to see those stocks up, but yeah, the rest of the market though is unfortunately down, of course. Even Bank of America is following JP Morgan down this morning, kind of as expected. We have Morgan Stanley, who also reported today. Again, not a good report, falling off to the downside, but we'll get into those earnings here in a minute, guys. Or if you guys want to see them, we can watch them, or we can look at them a little bit sooner. But yeah, Fierce is saying, thanks, man. Yeah, been a while, getting back into the groove now. Awesome, yeah. Hopefully you're doing great there, Fierce. Yeah, good morning, Drake. Thanks for joining up, but yeah, getting back into the groove of things, I see, Fierce. That's going to be pretty cool for you. You're getting in at a good time, I think. The market is at lows right now. We go look at like the SPY. You can check it out on the daily right here. Obviously we're really low right now, down around some lows. Same thing with the QQQ, Dow, you name it. We're down around lows right now. Of course, there's lots of great opportunities with stocks like Meta, Zoom, stocks like that. Really, really low right now, especially in the shorter term. Poor DraftKings is down another 1.5% again today. That's definitely not good to see. Definitely not good to see with good old DraftKings there. But yeah, those earnings were a little bit unfortunate with JP Morgan. So let's get into those a little bit. So their earnings fell 28%, and they're saying that they're blaming this on building reserves for bad loans, and they also suspended their buybacks, which is probably the worst thing. You can see right here, the main headline says that shares fell in pre-market trading after they said they would temporarily suspend their share repurchasing program, and that's going to be big for them. I haven't went over the news 100% yet because I like to go over it on stream with you guys. I don't know if you guys like that or not. Maybe I should start doing it a little bit more, but I kind of like going over it with you guys because then we kind of like learn about it at the same time in a way rather than me just, giving you a summary. But um let's see. Diamond said his forecast hasn't changed though, which is good. He warned that an economic hurricane was on its way. Wow. But the concerns have edged closer, so that's definitely not good. Yeah. Some of the financial dislocations he had feared had begun to materialize. Wow. Yeah, it's funny though. All the guys that we've been working at banks over the past like 6 months, they've all been saying like, "Oh yeah, banks are positioned so well. We're positioned so well right now." And then what happens? These banks just get destroyed. It's like it has me laughing. So funny. These guys are working at like J.P. Morgan, or I don't know where they're working at. These guys work all over the place, and some guys in the Discord, guys, some of them have been in there for a while too, but it's funny. They've all been saying all year long, banks are positioned so well right now for rising rates. And what happens? The banks go from 172 down to 106. It just, I don't know. A little funny, but those guys are really funny. But nonetheless, JP Morgan, yeah, bad day, down 4.4%. Hate to see that. That share repurchasing program getting canceled, I think, is the worst thing here. Obviously, like they're saying here, they built reserves for bad loans, and that's okay. But the suspending share buybacks, I think, is just the worst thing that they could have done. Obviously, share buybacks, guys. I hate to say it, but it's almost like artificially moving the stock price up. The company's allowed to buy their own shares. That's pretty much, they're buying back their own shares. That's exactly what they're doing. And keep in mind, when they're buying that stock, it's just like it would be the same thing as if a billionaire was buying the stock. It's like it's buying the stock up, and it helps stocks go up whenever these guys have share buybacks, and it can help the company, to do those buybacks too. But the main thing is like, obviously though, it's kind of like you're kind of like artificially raising stock prices when you're doing those buybacks. And I don't know why they would suspend it with the stock at lows right now. I guess let's see what we can see here. They suspended their share repurchases to help it reach regulatory capital requirements, a prospect feared by analysts early this year. Last month, the bank was forced to keep its dividend unchanged while rivals boosted their payouts. So, okay, so they had to do that to reach a regulatory capital requirement, but still, I mean, that's not good. Like they said, their analysts were fearing that. Let's click that link. Oh wow. Oh wow, after those stress test results on June 24th, people were kind of forecasting this. So, very interesting. Wow. Yeah, they even say Bank of America might have to cut their buybacks too. So, we'll have to see if Bank of America cuts theirs. That's going to be interesting over the next week or so to see if Bank of America also does that or not. But yeah, that's definitely not good to see here, guys. I mean, to see them stopping the buybacks is definitely not good, but to do it because of regulatory reasons is even a little bit worse. But yeah, if you guys are liking the stream today, smash that like button. I'll definitely appreciate that. We're having a pretty good day so far. We're about 10 minutes into the market here. We have stocks moving all over the place. DraftKings is obviously down. A lot of stocks are down today. Pretty red day in general. Obviously, J.P. Morgan was the big loser this morning. So that was not good to see with them. As far as other stocks down, there's a ton of stocks in the red. Only a few are up in the green. Like I said earlier, Roblox was green, but besides Roblox, there's really nothing else really moving up. GameStop was green, so I guess they're moving up too. AAL actually looks all right compared to most stocks, but for the most part, those stocks are really down in the red. We have SWBI down almost 2%. Win is down. Boeing's down 2% again. Yeah, just across the board, stocks are really falling off. Meta, down 3.2%. You can see on the chart how much they're actually starting to move today. It's actually starting to get some pretty good downwards momentum going on here. But yeah, as always, let me know what stocks you guys want to see, of course, and we will check that out on the stream. Iranical says GDX is falling. Yeah, that's not good. The gold miner ETF, definitely not good. Let's see GLD. Yeah, GLD too. Definitely not good, Iranical. It's kind of strange. Let's see DXY, the dollar. Wow, it's doing that because of the dollar, Iranical. Wow, 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 guys. The dollar still going. Wow. The dollar. That is a huge move with the dollar, guys, up to 109. That is huge today. I cannot believe the dollar's up that much. Let's see that daily chart. Wow, that is insane. It's continuing to go. Look at that on that daily chart. Up to 109. $109.28, guys. I mean, that is just a huge pop with the dollar today. Like, look at that daily candle today compared to, like, the past few weeks. It's, like, definitely on the higher end of the move. That is a big jump up. I'm kind of glad to see that in a way, though. Honestly, I really am. I hope that the dollar keeps having good price action like that. Because I will say, the higher that we go, it's going to eventually tank off, and it's going to be pretty crazy when the dollar starts falling. I think once the dollar starts falling, that'll signify that the market might start to go back up again. But we'll have to wait. You know, the dollar's on a really big uptrend, and a higher dollar is just it's not the best for the economy. You know, some people think it is, but in reality, it is not. But it hurts on trade. It hurts on a lot of other things. And we can tell, obviously, the dollar's sitting super high while the market's down. Now, that doesn't always mean that that's the reason why the market's down, but it's definitely one of the reasons. Let's see that SPY again. Yeah, continuing to move lower today. Ever since market open, we pop below that support of yesterday right around 373. Now we're blasting down below that. Definitely not the type of move that we'd want. Hey, good morning, neighbor. Thanks for joining up today. Drake says, how do you feel, or how do you know if something is a false breakout? Well, Drake, you really don't. You know, see, that's kind of the weird thing with trading. You know, like, you can't ever really tell if it's a false breakout. But here's what I'll kind of give you like an example with here. So today, the SPY, there was a big support at like 373. We finally blasted below that, okay? So we blasted down below. So if you were going to scalp that, Drake, and you were going to maybe be careful of a false breakout, what you would do, or what I would do, is the stock falls below 373. That means you get an entry right there. So maybe like right here, for example, you would have bought some puts. Okay, you got into some puts really quick as soon as it broke 373. So you got into some puts. The stock continues to go down like this. Now, you could either take profits down here, take a quick like 5% or whatever you were at, or you can continue to hold. Now, what can happen is instead of the stock falling down below like this and continuing to go down, you know, it could have just blasted below momentarily, and then within like the same minute or so, popped right back up. And whenever that happens, that's obviously the fake breakout. And you cannot really tell, Drake, if that is going to happen. You can't really tell if that's going to happen right away or not. So what I would do is like, just like what we're seeing here. So the stock fell under 373 and continued down. Now, if you get an entry right there at 373 and then the stock comes back up above 373, then it might be time to cut that play, you know, because it's starting to go the opposite direction and it kind of turn around on you. Now, if you're doing a false breakout to the upside, it's going to be harder to find an example today for that. But let's just go to Roblox and try. So if you go to like Roblox, for example, you can see how it had that big wick up above 38.50. A big wick up above that, ran up to 38.80, and then it came right back down. Now it's consolidated. You might say that was a false breakout there because it kind of broke 38.50 and then came right back down. So the main thing I'm getting at is you can't really ever tell if it's a false breakout until it goes against you. So you have to try to do your best to minimize your losses during that time. So what I would recommend is honestly being really quick with the cuts. As long as you're okay with re-entering a lot, then cutting quick is never bad. Just if you cut quick a lot, you have to be able to re-enter sometimes because you might cut on time and then the stock keeps going in your direction and you have to be able to re-enter on those plays or else you'll just be shooting yourself in the foot cutting at a quick loss like every single time. So it's a little tough in that sense, but yeah, good morning, Keisha. Thanks for joining up today. Glad to see you on the stream, but I'll be right back, guys. I'm going to throw the SPY up here. Sorry about that. I got some allergies going on, but I'll be right back. Let's hope the SPY recovers up. Let's see what ends up happening here. Maybe we can pop back up above 373, which is that nice resistance right there. Alrighty, I'm back, guys. Yeah, Kisa says also make sure to have in stop losses. Yeah, you know, stop losses can be good to have, and they can also be bad to have. Personally, I don't use stop losses. I mean, stop losses are always in the back of my mind. See, I use a mental stop loss. Um, Obviously, those stop losses are really good. Like if you're gonna walk away from your computer or something like that, it can definitely be a good thing to look at, though, for sure, Keisha. Yeah, stop losses can be helpful, but I personally use a mental stop loss because, you know, again, like if I put a stop loss just under this support and the stock goes under it barely, it'll sell me out, but it could always come back up right away. So stop losses are tough to use sometimes, obviously. Like I said, I like mental ones, but yeah, they're definitely good. So if you have a false breakout, Drake, and you have a stop loss in place, the stop loss should save you theoretically, as long as you don't have your stop loss, you know, really far away or anything. What I would also say is that maybe sometimes you could mentally cut it before it hits your stop loss, and then that way you might be able to even save yourself a few percent. But yeah, there's a lot of different ways to try to play those false breakouts, Drake, and I hope that some of that helped you a little bit. The main thing is you don't ever really know it's a false breakout. See, that's the issue with it. You know, if it was that easy and we knew, you know, we'd be billionaires, you know, so but yeah, there's the SPY. We're actually breaking back up. Had a bit of like a little flag going on there. Starting to break back to the upside. I'll take that good green movement out of the market. Let's go look at maybe some stocks today. Like what's coming back up, helping to push this market back. Let's see. My watch list is slowly turning more and more green here. So AAL is a big stock today. That one's been going up. DAL, UAL, those airlines are still going. Yesterday they fell off in a big way in the morning with Delta's earnings, but they are really recovering back here. like really recovering back in a actually in a pretty good way. Yeah, it's actually not bad. I know Twitter was up a lot yesterday too. They were up a ton. And it looks like today they're actually holding their ground up around the top, which is nice to see. So, yeah, Twitter's like right up here around the top. Honestly, watch this one for a breakout, guys, because Twitter had a lot of good momentum yesterday, and they're saying Twitter's going up because Elon got out of the deal. Apparently, traders are liking the fact that Elon's out of the deal, and I thought maybe that would cause a negative effect for Twitter, but it's helping actually, so kind of interesting. I know Elon brought in a lot of volatility, but now that he is scrapping the deal, I guess the stock has found some renewed confidence, or yeah, I guess yeah, renewed certainty. You know, like whenever stocks are uncertain, that's obviously where people get hurt a little bit more. Right now, though, it's awesome to see Twitter just consolidating up here around the top. I'll take that any day of the week. Yeah, it's looking pretty good actually. If we start to break out above that high of this pre-market this morning, like if we start breaking 37.30, I think we could start to see some pretty big moves back towards the upside, and maybe even some good breakouts. Of course, they'll always be care of those fake breakouts like we talked about. Hey, Drake says it helped a lot. Good, I'm glad it helped out, Drake. Like I said, those false breakouts, it's kind of tough to talk about, but it's definitely important. You know, it happens a lot, and it's something that hopefully people get more used to as they start to trade. As they start to trade more and more, I guess I should say. Let's see, Boeing's running right back up to that 144 resistance from yesterday. Let's go see what kind of big headlines we're seeing today. Let's see. Yeah, obviously JP Morgan. Uh-oh. SEC letter to Musk. Questions tweet about Twitter acquisition. Uh-oh. This is not good. Twitter sued Musk in Delaware Chancery Court on Tuesday to seek to hold him to the original agreement. Wow. In a letter dated June 7th, Musk's lawyer and Skadden partner Mike Ringler responded to questions the SEC's Office of Mergers and Acquisitions sent a few days earlier. The letter reiterates the clarification the SEC sought from Musk, including whether an earlier filing should be amended based on his tweet that the Twitter deal cannot move forward, in quotes, until the company provides for information on the spam accounts. The term cannot suggests Mr. Musk and his affiliates are exercising a legal right under the terms of the merger agreement to suspend completion of the acquisition of Twitter or otherwise do not intend to complete the acquisition. So pretty much, whenever he said cannot, they're suggesting that he will not be, he will not be completing the acquisition. Yet, we note that the Schedule 13D has not been amended to reflect the apparent material change that has occurred to the facts previously reported under Item 4 of Schedule 13D. Ringler responded at the time that Musk didn't believe his tweet triggered any required amendment to his previously filed Schedule 13D, despite Mr. Musk's desire to obtain information to evaluate the potential spam and fake accounts. There was no material change to Mr. Musk's plans and proposals regarding the proposed transaction at such time. That is true. Although he did say cannot move forward. I guess he should have worded his words a little bit better. But yeah, obviously though, Musk has been trying to get out of the deal, claiming Twitter didn't hold up their end of the contract by failing to disclose information. And they conducted layoffs without Musk's approval. So interesting there. Yeah, I don't know. Twitter saying though they complied with everything that's been going on. Yeah, interesting. Very interesting. I know this situation with Elon Musk and Twitter has been making a lot of people mad. I know a lot of people have been hating on Musk for it, and there's been a lot of crazy stuff. Hey, good morning, SM fan. Came in with the super chat today. He said good call on the Amazon video, or good call on Amazon on the video yesterday. And then they're saying morning Tom calls or puts on Fang stocks today. Tesla, Apple, Google. Let's check it out. Tesla, Apple, Google again. I can tell you really love those Fang stocks, SM. Oh, wow. Yeah, I'm going to have to go with puts today personally. This is definitely not good. Oh, wow. Did it just invert? SM? No, that's not good. It did invert again. I know it inverted a little while ago, but did it happen another time? Let's see. I don't see anything about it yet, but I'm sure that will be popping up here in just a minute. But yeah, it's as far as Tesla goes, SM. Looking at them, I'm going to say puts today. Tesla's just about to break the low of day, right around 692. If we break below 692, I will definitely be eyeing up those puts, SM fan. Drake says, do you trade during the stream or only talk about them? So Drake, sometimes in the background, I'm trading on my phone a little bit, or on a separate monitor, but I don't trade live on the stream. Obviously, that it can get pretty stressful doing that. It has been something though that we've been looking at getting into though, more and more. So keep that in mind, Drake. We're definitely looking into it, but it's one of those things where whenever you're trading, obviously it can cause some good distraction. You know, if I'm talking about something, I might come back and see that, you know, my option fell 30% while I was talking and I wasn't able to close out or something like that, Drake. So keep that in mind. We do a lot also with selling puts and stuff, which we could do that a lot more on stream too. SM fan though is asking about Tesla, Apple, Google, of course. Like I said, Tesla's right around that low of this morning. If we break below 692, I am definitely going to be looking for a big push to the downside today. Looking at Apple though, let's see, Apple's having a little bit better of a move today. It's kind of consolidating up here at the top. I would say if Apple falls back below 144, then I think that we could see a pretty big drop down again with Apple. And I'm definitely leaning to the downside today with everything going on between banks and everything like that. I'm definitely leaning more towards the downside for sure. Shelly J says, good morning, important SPY levels. Sure thing, sure thing. Let's go check it out. SPY's been huge. We talked about SPY a lot yesterday. It fell below the 374 support today. Now we're flying down. We're down even below 373. Let's look at this on like the 5-minute chart. Okay. Wow, so we're on a pretty big support here at 372 at the low of day, Shelly. So I would say use the low of day today right around 371.80 as a good lower support. If we fall below 371.80, Shelly, then maybe eye it up for some puts there. In my opinion, it definitely looks like we can continue down. You know, we posted lower highs right here. Now we're falling below support and we're falling down into some key levels, so keep that in mind. But I would say we're definitely due to go down. We're gapping down this morning with banks, and it's a tough day. So I feel like that the SPY will end up in the red. And yeah, we're falling under that big support. Like I said, if we fall under 372 again, or I guess I should reiterate, 371.80, that low of day, I feel like we could really continue down. And looking at the SPY here, zooming in a little bit, you can kind of tell the price action this morning has been pretty negative so far, especially with the gap down. But yeah, that yield curve inverted. That's not good, SM. That is not good. I'm definitely leaning towards puts on Tesla, Apple, Google, all of those stocks. I'm definitely leaning down with this negative price action going on. But yeah, if you guys want me to check out any other stocks, definitely let me know. We can definitely eye that up. And don't forget to smash that like button, guys. Those likes really help out. We're at 12 likes right now. If we could get to 20 or 25 likes or something, that would be awesome. But yeah, nonetheless, though, this market has been just insane the past few days. It's been very volatile. Yesterday we gapped down and then we came up all throughout the day. Then now this morning we gap back down. It's been brutal in pre-market lately. And there we go. The SPY's right at that low of day today. Looks like we're going to be blasting a little bit lower here. We'll have to see if this holds up as support or not. Kind of tough to gauge. Hmm. Yeah, it's kind of tough to gauge there. There it goes. Down below the low of day, guys. Definitely not good. Not good, not good. Definitely not good. Yep. There we go. That's a bad drop this morning, guys. Yeah, those banks are not helping. The CPI data is not helping. We have a lot of bad news going on in the market, and it is not getting any better. SM saying, okay, you're saying to hold on or go with puts, lol. I'm saying to go with puts. Definitely go with puts is what I'm saying. But now you know, now we're already gapping down a little bit. See, Tesla, I was waiting for that drop below 692.50. Once that happened, I think puts were the way to go for sure. Quick scalp there. Honestly, the scalp would be working out perfect right now. I wish I would have traded it, to be honest. Manny says QQQ Timber. Yeah, yeah. Definitely. Got some timber going on for sure, down to 280. That low on QQQ right around 279 is looking pretty big, Manny. I will say, though, it's not looking the best today. Definitely negative. Yeah, Tesla, too. Tesla, too. That yield curve inverting should be pretty big news, though. I would definitely think that we see some big headlines with that eventually here. Still not seeing anything. Let's see. Yep, there it goes. That's it. I found it, SM. Yeah, the 2-year treasury yield rose about 7 basis points. Wow. It's the biggest inversion since 2000. Since the dot-com bubble, guys. So that is pretty big. The dot-com bubble was huge for the economy back then. And, you know, a lot of people have been saying that we're in another bubble now. And I believe it, honestly. Really, I do. I believe that we might be in another bubble. And stocks were just too high. I will say, though, the bubble has already started bursting. You know, like whenever you go look at stuff like Zoom and stocks like that, they've been terrible. What's funny though is everybody's been saying Tesla should keep tanking. They're like, "Oh, Tesla's way overvalued." And yeah, I know it is overvalued. But what's funny is all the stocks that everyone's been saying to buy, like Zoom and all those other stocks, are down way more. So it's kind of like, you know, while this one might be overvalued, I guess a lot of favorite stocks were way overvalued, I guess. Catherine says AMD went positive for a short time. Do you think it will come back? That's a tough one. You know, AMD's tough. No, personally, I don't think that this one's going to come back today, Catherine. I think that we're going to see more selling pressure actually out of AMD. And personally, I think puts look pretty good on this one. So, yeah, I would be looking to play puts here, especially with everything in the red. I do not see this one coming back. It has a 0.83 correlation to the SPY. So if SPY's down, AMD will probably be down too. So yeah, I'm definitely going to be watching AMD for that move a little bit lower here. But yeah, I'll be right back, guys. Give me one sec. I'm going to throw AMD up here on the chart, though, for you. Again, sorry, bad allergies here. Be right back. Alrighty, guys, I am back. This is funny. Ironical says Jim Cramer's July 13th will be the bottom. Now I find out why the market's falling. That's pretty funny there. Ironical. That is actually pretty hilarious. No, uh, no. All jokes aside, Kramer has been a little bit messed up lately. Not gonna lie. Every time I see something come out about that guy, I'll look at whatever he said like a few months later, and it's just terrible. I know the recent thing he said to buy bank stocks, I think. I think that's what he said. Was it bank stocks? Or he said to buy something the other day, and like literally right when he said to buy it, it just got destroyed. It was hilarious. But yeah, typical Kramer there, ironical. We like to call that the Kramer curse. We also have the Kathy curse out there too, of course. But yeah, that is hilarious. Yeah, I'm still waiting for AMD to fall below that low of day there, right around 76, 72. Looks like the support is holding up a little bit right now, so I guess that's good. Yeah, that's a big move down. Let's see. In Discord, someone said something about DWAC moving, but I don't see anything here. Yeah, it's not really doing too much. Let's see. Meta. Ooh. Ooh, guys. Meta. Down to 157. No. Wow, that is a big drop with Meta. Guys, that is terrible, actually. That's a big fall to the downside. That is unfortunate. I wonder how low Meta's going to go in the short term. I mean, geez, that sucks to see. I cannot believe it's down that much. That is a lot, guys. SM goes, I wouldn't trust him at all. Yeah, I don't think I would either. Kramer has definitely been a little bit crazy over the past couple years, but hey, guys, we're only 2 likes away from 20 likes. Who's going to be the last 2 guys to push us over the edge here up to 20? I definitely appreciate it, guys. Thank you a lot for the likes. The 18 are good. Definitely appreciate it today. The past couple days have been pretty nice. We've been getting some new faces in here on the stream, having some nice conversations. So I appreciate it, guys. Keep the conversation flowing. But yeah, let me know what stocks y'all are watching today. We'll check it out. So far, though, I've been eyeing up a lot of these big tech stocks. Honestly, Tesla has been another one I've been watching today. Just continually fall off the table. Ever since market open today, they've been having a very brutal move down. Just like a lot of stocks. I also noticed today that the oil stocks are down a lot. Like ZOM, Oxy. Stocks like that are down a ton. Wow. Yeah, even oil's down with the market today. That's bad moves actually out of some of these oil plays like ZOM and Oxy and stocks like that. Those were yeah, that sell-off was not as good as we were hoping for. Hmm. Yeah, definitely not good. Not good at all. What else do we have here? JP Morgan, Bank of America. Yeah, still continuing lower with Bank of America. Same thing with JPM. Just not having that good of a day. Yeah, definitely not what you want. There's those earnings again on JP Morgan. Came in $1 billion under on their revenue. Only missed by 3%, but when 3% is $1 billion, I guess it has more of an impact. Plus, they have the share buybacks they're stopping, of course, which is probably the biggest reason. why the stock is moving like that. Let's see good old Bitcoin though. It's been a while since we looked at Bitcoin, and it's just hovering just under $20,000. Let's see it on the daily. Ooh. Yeah. The daily's looking pretty rough, guys. Pretty rough on the daily, but hey, guess what? We hit 20 likes, guys. There we go. I appreciate it. 20 likes is always nice. If we can hit that on the streams in the morning, really appreciate that as always, guys. Hopefully you guys are having a great day just like me today. It's been a pretty exciting morning. I guess, you know, kind of like what Mike says, Disney's killing me. Yeah, so obviously some of these stocks down is not good, but it's been a pretty exciting day nonetheless. But yeah, Mike, that is unfortunate. Disney says it's hurting him there. Let's go check out Disney. Oh my gosh, new yearly lows on Disney today. Definitely not what you want. Let's see that 1 minute chart. Kind of has some support down around $90.20, but yeah, it's not really holding that well at all. Yeah, that is brutal today, Mike. Yeah, I feel you though at Disney, that's for sure. This poor stock has been just getting totally destroyed. Like, I cannot believe that this Disney stock keeps going down. I guess it just goes to show how overvalued stocks were in the shorter term. But yeah, it really is brutal. Are you in it for the long term, Mike? Or are you in it for some options or something? Let me know. Hopefully you're in it for the long term. That way we have a good chance to come back. But yeah, right now, puts are the way to go, guys. I mean, you know, the market's been really shaky. People have been talking about recession and tons of stuff like that. So puts right now are the way to go. Even if you have shares for the longer term, hedging with puts in the short term is never a bad idea. Now, I'm not just saying to run out and just start buying a whole bunch of puts randomly. You know, obviously, you know, do your due diligence and try to time it up right. But yeah, puts are the way to go in this type of market, obviously. Yeah, it's too bad though. Poor Disney. I know Disney's been getting destroyed. Mike, the one that's been killing me has been DraftKings. That's been the one that's been killing me personally. Yeah, this thing has been brutal for the past 6 months to a year. Yeah, hell, for the past year or longer even. Pretty much been straight down. It's pretty interesting that we have some nice oversold call outs though. Excuse me, guys, had a yawn there, but yeah, interesting to see those oversold calls down there on DraftKings. Maybe this will end up being the bottom, but you know, honestly, I'm not I'm not too convinced at this point. Let's see Corsair today. Oh, Corsair's making new yearly lows as well. Yeah, new yearly lows from them. Let's see Logitech, LOGI, about to make new yearly lows. Yeah, I feel like I sound like the Grim Reaper today, guys. Like I don't mean to sound so negative about these stocks, but they're all down. It's just one of those days, unfortunately. SOXS, which is that semiconductor bear ETF, is actually up a little bit. So as like AMD and those stocks fall off, you know, SOXS is up like 4%. That's great to see. Let's see what else we have here. GME is up almost 3%. Yeah, look at GameStop. If you guys are looking for plays to the upside, GameStop might not be a bad way to go, honestly. It's looking pretty good. Has some nice moves up there. Manny says, can we look at UDN for calls? I've never even heard of this one, UDN. Ooh. USD bearish ETF. So this goes down like when the dollar goes up, and this goes up when the dollar goes down, I'm guessing. He says, can we look at it for calls, maybe an in-the-money call? You know, that's actually not the worst idea, actually. Because in my opinion, I think, Manny, that we're definitely going to start to see the US dollar fall down. The question is when. You know, it might... The dollar might continue with a lot of momentum for maybe, a couple months. Yeah, I would say UDN will be good because I think the dollar will fall down for a couple months. The main thing is you just have to get enough time. I would recommend just getting shares on it, Manny, rather than calls, because calls you have to worry about implied volatility, stuff like that. If you get 100 shares, you could buy the shares right now at 17.64 and then sell an $18 covered call or sell a 18.50 covered call or whatever strikes there are and make some premium that way, Manny. So that would be good. Probably if you bought some shares, then sold calls. I think that would be a better way to go than just getting the straight up calls. But, as long as you get them with time, Manny, I think you'll be okay. Just make sure you get enough time because the dollar's on a pretty good hot streak, and I'm not sure how much longer it's going to go. It'll probably keep going for a little while. George says, good morning, go GameStop. Yeah, good morning, George. I kind of missed you this morning. But, yeah, GameStop, go GME. I hope it keeps going. It's one of the only stocks green today. You can see on the daily, it's had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 or 6 green days in a row now. We look at that 5-minute chart. It's right around that high of day. So, yeah, go GME. I hope it breaks out. I'm not too confident in it, though, George. I will say that. I'm definitely not too confident in it. Just because of how everything's down today. But if it wasn't for that, I think we'd be a little bit better. But everything's just about down. Yeah, no problem, Manny. No problem. I think that will be a pretty good play though. Either UDN or something that'll go up as the dollar falls. I think will be a good way to go. And honestly, I think that the overall market and a lot of stocks will start to go up when the dollar starts to fall too. Now, obviously, the dollar doesn't have a direct impact on stocks or anything. So, like, if the dollar falls, that doesn't mean that we're going to see stocks go up for sure. But, whenever the dollar is as high as it is now, and you look at it on the daily chart and it's up this much, yeah, like, you have to expect some type of pullback eventually. And I think that that's what we're going to see. And when that happens, stocks should move a little bit better. Modern Miracle says, I woke up and played Lovely Day by Bill Withers, then opened the stock charts. So appropriate. Yeah. I guess it is. I'm not too familiar with that song, Modern Miracles. I bet I've heard it, but that is funny. I'm going to listen to that right after the stream now that you said that. I've listened to it on the stream, but they'll get me for copyright or something like they did the other day. Mike Chang says he's in Disney for the long term. Okay. That's good, Mike. Good. I think that'll help out since you're in for the longer term, of course. And I think that Disney will end up coming back for us. So be on the lookout. Disney should do pretty well, I think, over the next couple years. Obviously, though, it's on a bad downtrend right now. That's insane, though. I cannot believe Disney's breaking the lows like that, Mike. Ugh. I would have never thought we got this low. I really thought maybe like 110, maybe like up here at like 130 was the low, but yeah, to come all the way down to 90, that is just a terrible, terrible move. Cannot believe it's that low, like I keep saying. But yeah, let me know what stocks you guys want to check out here. Getting to the end of the stream today, so let me know what stock you guys want to see. Oh, yeah, George says 22 likes. Yeah, there we go, George. Yeah, we had a lot of likes today. I appreciate the likes, guys, as always. Anytime you guys show support, we really appreciate it. Probably more than we're able to show, so thank you so much. Seriously, we really, really do appreciate all those likes and all the comments and everything like that. Really do appreciate that, but yeah, hopefully you guys have a great day, and of course, if you guys ever have any questions you want answered, just throw them in the chat, and I will answer them up for you. So, just like what SM did today, he says, we will gap up, do you think, today, or keep going down? So, pretty much they're asking, will we gap up or gap down? Personally, today, SM, I feel like that we're going to be going down. So I hate to say that, but I feel like we're going down today. The SPY is continuing lower as we speak, and yeah, we're down below some pretty big supports. I think that we'll continue lower or just stay flat here, but I will not play the market up right now. So SM, I'm definitely looking at the stock market to the downside, especially these bigger tech stocks like Tesla, Apple, Microsoft, stocks like that. I'm going to keep my eyes on them just to see how they do. They might end up having a pretty bad move down later in the day. Right now, though, Apple's actually not looking too bad, but the SPY looks pretty brutal. Modern Miracle says, I feel like this is all my fault. I haven't been in stocks for years. Bad luck. I finally get back, then the market tanks. I'm bad luck for the world. Yeah, don't say that, Modern Miracles. Yeah, you don't want to say that. That's you're definitely not bad luck for the world. I can tell you that. If the world gives itself enough bad luck. But yeah, yeah, don't put yourself that down, Modern. I feel what you mean though. You know, if you've been out of stocks for a while and you came back and now they're all tanking, it probably does feel kind of bad for you. And just keep in mind, you know, averaging into stocks is the best way. You know, you never want to go all in. You always want to just put a little bit in at a time and just continue to pick up more and more shares as time goes on. Right now, that's what I'm doing with DraftKings. I'm just continuing to buy more and more shares. So even if the stock keeps going down, you know, I'm buying more shares, so my price goes lower and lower and lower. As long as DraftKings doesn't go out of business, I'll be pretty good. And that's, I think, averaging in is a mistake people don't do enough. Everybody, they try to call the bottom, and then they'll go, like, all in down at the bottom. But it's a lot better to average in over time. Mike Chang says, same here, Modern Miracles. Yeah. Yeah, it can feel rough like that sometimes in the market, but yeah, don't put yourself down too much. I really believe that over the next couple of years, we will see a great transition out of this downtrend, and we'll start to recover back. And when we do, I think you got just be prepared, because you don't want to miss that move back up, especially if you're getting hurt right now. You don't want to miss the move up when it does happen. So don't give up yet. Even though we might be heading into recession or something, just give it like a year. You know, we could definitely come back though. Hang on 1 second, guys. Got to update a position. Alrighty, yeah, but let me know what stocks you guys want to see. We have about 4 minutes left on the stream today, so you guys want to see anything else, we can check it out. Modern Miracle said, thanks, I needed that. Yeah, no problem. Yeah, I feel bad, you know, it's a very tough time. It's not just you, Modern. You know, it's been tough for me even. It's been tough for a lot of people lately, especially with stocks down as much as they are. You know, obviously I might be able to like weather the storm better than most people can, but nonetheless, you know, it still has been brutal. We just need that market to recover back, but let's check out. We're looking at that dollar here on the chart. Let's go back to the SPY. Yeah, SPY's still consolidating at the low of day. Let's see Tesla real quick. Tesla's going to come back up towards 700. We're probably going to hit like touch 700, then fly back to the downside again. I can see that happening, actually. I could see a big move back down again. Going to my watch list, though, looking at stocks to the upside. Once again, GameStop is one of the only ones in the green today. And it is actually holding up around the top pretty well. So it's actually not a bad move with GameStop compared to almost everything else, which is just flying down today. I have a lot of stocks like right around 3% to the downside, whether it's cruise lines, airlines, construction plays like Caterpillar, Meta, You know, you name it, it's down a lot today, probably. Yeah, here's Big Cat. Wow, down 3.31%. That's brutal. Modern Miracle says, what's the symbol for USD to Euro? Um, you know, I actually can't remember anymore. Hang on. Hang on, I'll get it for you, though. Futures. Where's the euro dollar futures? Here they are. /6E. You're gonna want to look at /6E. Modern Miracles. /6E is gonna be those euro futures, and this is what I watch for the euro. So you can see how the euro's been really falling down, or at least the euro futures have. Kind of interesting there. Yeah, I like to watch /6E though. Personally, that's what I look at for euro to USD. I'm sure that there's let me go on here on TradingView. If you're just talking straight up about Forex, let's see. It's just EUR USD. If you're just talking about Forex, just EUR USD, yeah. It's at 0.99812. Let's go see what /6E is at real quick. So 6E never fell under 1, so interesting, but yeah, I know the euro can be a little bit strange, so keep that in the back of your mind too. Modern Miracles. Yeah. Yeah, George, yeah, that's what works. I think on most brokerages /6E will be what usually works. But yeah, TradingView, EUR USD is definitely good because TradingView shows everything, so it's usually pretty good on there. But yeah, good call out, George. Yeah, good call there. Think or swim though, I think it's just 6E. I used to trade /6E for futures quite a bit. I've never actually traded Forex on its own. Like, I've never done any currency pairs or anything like that. It's just not my game. I'm not into that as much. Obviously, though, the trading's still pretty good. Like, I've noticed a lot of technical moves and stuff like that with those currency pairs. So, it's definitely still good for the trading aspect of it. But, yeah, I really appreciate you guys joining up today. Really, I do. We had a lot of viewers today. We had a lot of awesome conversations in the chat. So, I really appreciate it. Really, thank you, Mike, George, Modern Miracles, SM fan, of course, Ironical, Catherine, Shelly, Drake, Neighbor Jay, Keisha, Sal, Alex, Jamie, Vicky, I'm Fierce, Manny. Wow, we had a lot of guys in the chat today. So, hey, I appreciate it. Seriously, have a good one, guys. I hope that we make some nice profits throughout the day today. The market's been really strange today. You know, the SPY's been all over. Obviously, we're falling down right now. We have bad moves from JP Morgan and those banks kind of leading us down today. So, not the best day in the market, but yeah, have a great rest of your day, guys. Good luck, and let's post those profits out today. Let's get some nice gains, and yeah, like I said, post those profits in the profits channel.